Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be going over our summer school. And I know the name summer school just has a negative connotation associated with it, but we're gonna try to make it a little bit fun, and we're not doing anything super crazy or intensive, but just to kind of keep our kids up where they need to be. So if you're new to my channel, I created this channel as a homeschooling resource to help you and to help us learn how to homeschool our kids. So I'll provide you with some different unboxings of materials I think are helpful and fun, some organizational skills, some curriculum ideas, and just some different things. And if you have other questions or things you'd like me to talk about, please comment below so I can know how to best help you. So I wanted to start out with a few facts. And these are from the Moffitt girls. I love their materials, and I'll post links below to their stuff and to her website. And that's where I got our summer packets from. And so I have my cheat sheet over here so I remember all the right numbers. But she said that over 2.5 months of math skills are lost in the summer. That's a lot. That's so much, especially when I'm the one that's being the teacher and realizing all the stuff that I'm teaching my kids. If I don't kind of just give them little reminders throughout the summer, they're losing so much by the time they go back to school in the fall. And 2 months of reading skills are lost, and then teachers spend 6 weeks in the fall trying to reteach and remind and review stuff that kids learned the previous year. That's a really long time that they could be learning new things and exploring different options where they're just having to review stuff that they already know. And she said just spending 2 to 3 hours per week during the summer helps these numbers so much. And so that's what we're gonna do. And she provides these no prep packets. So I'm gonna show you just a little bit about them today, not intensely, because she goes over them really well on her blog. But I'm gonna go through the package. She has them for preschool through 3rd grade. And you don't have to do anything except, well, you have to buy it, but they're relatively cheap. And you can reuse them year after year. So as my kids move to the next grades, I can just use the stuff from the previous year. So I'd only have to rebuy something, not rebuy, but buy one for the next age group up. And so really they're not that expensive at all. And you can buy them on Teachers Pay Teachers. And again, all this stuff I'll link below, and she links to it from her website as well. And so I think they're really worth it. I know some people that I know use Khan Academy, which is Khan, and I can link that below as well. And I believe it's free. I haven't even looked at it before. And they like to use that and have their kids do that just for like 30 minutes a day and then do some reading practice. And again, this all depends on the age of your child. You're not gonna give them super intense work for really young kids and make them read for 20 minutes on their own if they're just little. But you could read with them, and you could have them just complete a couple worksheets. And a lot of times my kids want something to do, and they want something fun to do. And most of the ideas in here are really fun and engaging. And since they're just quick and they know it's not gonna last that long, they're excited to do it. So we actually haven't started summer school yet, and this video will be a little bit later getting to you, probably closer to July, just because our summer has already been so crazy. I don't even know how that happened. We're not normally very busy people, but somehow we just have little trips here and there, and lots of yard work, and everything is just compounded, and we have no time to do anything. And so we'll probably do a little bit of school this week before we go on another trip, but then this video won't be posted till after that for sure, because I probably will just not have time to worry about it. But I want to start out just briefly flipping through these a little bit so you could see them. And I have a binding video that I posted already that shows how to use the binding machine that I have. And so you can look at that. I'll have the link up here somewhere. I don't know, my husband will do it for me. Anyway, but this is the preschool one. And so I just wanted to go flip through this. And she has like colored covers for them. I didn't print them mostly because I forgot, but so none of these say on the front that they're preschool or kindergarten or 1st grade, but if you wanted to print those, you can, and they do have the labels on them. So I just had to look through them and kind of figure out what was going on. And some of them you could print front to back, but some of the stuff is cut and paste. So I guess if you wanted to copy those pages and have them do them separately or whatever, you could, or you can just do them all in the same book. So they have lots of different things. This is a summer scavenger hunt, you know, so they can go find these different things. So there's a lot of fun stuff in here as well as learning stuff. And this is graphing insects. So they can cut them out down here and put them up here. And then they have lots of color by number, which my kids really like to do these kinds of things. So you can do the color by number and little dice. I have little foam ones. Well, they're not super little, they're kind of bigger. I'll have a link to Amazon for them probably on my blog. But they like to roll the dice, and she has tons of games using dice, and so that's really fun for them to do. And this is summer clothes, so they can go through and sort through what they need for summer and what doesn't belong in summer. I guess if you live somewhere cold, maybe you need a heavy coat. But here we definitely do not. And so sequencing things, so this one's like you blow up a balloon and it wants you to put the steps in the correct order. So there's lots of fun things in here for a preschooler to do. And I really, really love her stuff. And I love how this is no prep. I don't have to do anything besides buy it and print it out. And then you can bind it if you want, or you don't have to. You could just file it in folders and just hand it to them every day or whatever you wanted to do. And we'll probably only spend, 30 minutes, maybe 4 days a week doing schoolwork, and that's a mix of this and then just reading together. And so that 30 minutes includes all that. So it's really a short amount of time, and it doesn't have to be all done at the same time if you do your reading later or whatever. Because my kids are still pretty little, they can read on their own. Well, my kindergartner and first grader can, but they still struggle if you just like, here, read this book. Yeah, that's not gonna work out so well. So this is the kindergarten one. Again, that has a cute picture on the front that they can color. And so this one's gonna have some more math related stuff. So this is matching the letter numbers, word numbers, I don't know what they're called, guys, over here. And then also just the tally mark. So showing them some different ways that numbers appear in the world, and they can match those. And then there's some addition review right here, which is always good because it's amazing how quickly they lose these math skills if they're not using them all the time. So again, some addition and subtraction. This is really helpful to put them together because my kids really struggle with looking at the signs and realizing they're supposed to do something different. So reviewing addition and subtraction is a great thing. And then this is just an intro to fractions. Again, it's not complete fractions, but just recognizing when things are equal, when they're not equal, and stuff like that. And something that I do like about these ones, if you'll give me a second to find it, I should have marked it, is at the back, she has some primer words and pre-primer words for kindergarten. So you could leave them in here and just kind of have them read through them with you, or you could cut them out if you wanted and laminated them and just have them as more permanent flashcards. So that's a great thing as well that's in this book. I think there's also some in the first grade one as well. And then I don't know what else. I guess we haven't done anything really with reading, but in here, so just the beginning of words, so it gives them some and how they're supposed to start the words. So there's a lot of different things in here that are great, and they don't have to make it through the whole packet. So I really like that. Let's move these over here. They're gonna fall on the floor. Okay, and then this is the first grade one. So my kids are going into second year of preschool, first grade, and second grade. So I did reviews from stuff that they've supposed to have learned this last year. So then when they go into the next grade up, they'll have that stuff fresh on their mind as they learn new material. So this is first grade, and my oldest is going into second grade. So he's gonna be reviewing the stuff that he should have learned, hopefully learned this last year. So this one has a lot more writing stuff. So you can see here, like going in sequence, first, next, then, finally. My son didn't do as much with writing. It's really frustrating for him. And so some of this stuff we might not cover as much, whereas if you let my daughter loose with a pencil, she's just crazy. Not all of it is actually written words, but she loves to pretend she's writing stories and has all these crazy ideas. So some kids it might not work as well for as other kids. You'll just have to adjust according to your kids' needs. So there's math here, there's regrouping, and it's in Lemonade. So I like all the different summer themes that she has here. And then again, some more popsicle math. So at the top it has, you know, -5, -4, +7. Again, this mixture of addition and subtraction I think is so important. It gets so confusing for kids sometimes. And then the numbers over here, so you're gonna 7 - 5 equals whatever, and they'll write it down. So just seeing math in different forms is extremely helpful for kids learning. And then my son is really good at word problems, so this wants to know who is the tallest and stuff. So you go through and it gives you some clues right here, and he figures them out so quickly. And I really struggle with word problems, so this is something that is a strength of his. And then this one as well, like I said, has some of those sight words, so a little bit more complicated, if you can see those. And again, if you wanted to cut them out, you could do that. So that's just a quick look at what they'll be doing about 4 days a week. And also my 2 oldest do some music practice. One of them's taking piano, and so he practices about 15 minutes a day, and then the other one does Let's Play Music, which I can put a link for that below as well. And so she just practices a few minutes a day, because in the fall she's gonna be required to practice every day. So we do some stuff with music every day, some reading, and then some math, at least ideally. Everything is crazy, so it doesn't always happen. But I feel like the stats speak for themselves. As we help our kids just a smidge during the summer, they're able to do so much better in the fall. And especially if I'm their teacher, I'm the one putting in all this time, or even if you're a parent with kids in public school, and those kids, you know, that teacher's putting that time, and then you're helping them with their schoolwork, you don't want them to lose all this information over the summer and then have to come back and be retaught all of it, which gives homeschool kids an advantage, because in public school, those teachers still have to review stuff for kids that haven't kept up through summer school type stuff. Whereas homeschool, you can just hit the ground running where they were already at when you finished the previous year. And so they can continue to advance and just be ready to go. And I just really love that idea of homeschooling, and how it doesn't have to be complicated, and you can find, again, you don't have to do packets or anything crazy, but just, you know, reviewing a little bit of math and going through some reading with them will be so very helpful. Any little bit that you can do is going to help your kids so much. And so if you have any more questions for me or things you'd like me to address, please put them below. And I am just excited to hear about your summer plans or your summer school or whatever you're doing. So please let me know, because I love hearing from you, because it gives me more ideas. I need all the help I can get. And please remember to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos like this.